how the laundry's going. Still going. Here, I'll show you. So I got blankets and stuff in there, clothes in there. Got my little snuggle sheets ready to rock and roll, water, backpack, everything else. All right, let's step outside for a second. So day 8. So I want to kind of go over and recap what's kind of going on. So the weekend, I didn't get much to talk about it, but the weekend was really tough. Someone I care about is having spinal surgery, and I hope she makes that out okay. If everybody please give Cassandra prayers. She's someone I do care about. So I want to make sure that there are plenty of prayers out there. Hi, Skylar. Put plenty of prayers out there for her. She's a good person. But this rebuild has been interesting. So over the weekend, I didn't make much money doing Uber, but I had a lot of time to think about things. Thank you, Skylar. Appreciate it. I had a lot of time to think about things over the weekend. One of the things I had thought about was how to monetize everything. Like how to monetize my TikTok channel. 58,000 followers on TikTok, and I make $40 a month. So one of the owners of the place I work at gave me this idea, let's do TikTok shop. So we tried this little RC car, and I made like 12 videos and got 0 sales. So now I'm trying to hitch lock things. So it's just gonna be one of those situations where I'm gonna have to do one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, things of that nature. And by the way, it's a gorgeous day here in Northern California. Absolutely beautiful. And there's a truck passing by. Meet. See? Anyway, so one of the things that I've also been thinking about is my kid's mother was having a conversation with me yesterday. We had a real interesting conversation. So I kind of went over with her the scenario that had played out that I really screwed up, right? And I was a dumbass and whatever, right? And she said something very interesting. She said, you don't need to blame yourself. You need to take responsibility. She says there's a difference. And you gotta realize, Katya's 49 and I'm gonna be 41. So she's got almost a 10-year gap on me, right? And she's one of the wisest people I've ever been around. We may not have been like soulmates or anything like that, but she is without a shadow of a doubt one of the wisest people I've ever met. And a lot of that comes from experience of her losing her losing her son when she was pregnant with our daughters, losing her mother, the loss of life that she has experienced in her family and in her friends, including one of her best friends in the whole wide world unexpectedly just went bye-bye. She's become very wise, and she said very clearly to me, you need to take responsibility, but not blame yourself. She goes, you can't blame yourself for how you feel. You can't blame yourself for what you want and what you need, but you need to take responsibility for doing something stupid. And she said, taking responsibility means that you're going to do what you always do, which is improve and try not to let that happen again. And I'm like, when did this woman become so wise and knowledgeable of the world? Actually, just wise and knowledgeable about me. One of the things about being around each other for, 17, 18 years, kind of get to know each other pretty good. And, by the way, quick announcement, they are not moving to Vegas. They're going to stay in Oregon. They actually makes it a little bit easier on me. But anyway, long story short, the weekend plus talking to Kathia really like put things in perspective for me. Like where life is taking me is down a road of crossroads. I can either go down the crossroad of becoming this mean son of a bitch and just treating people like dirt and being like this toxic man, or I can go down the road of, you know what, I learned from this experience and I'm going to take responsibility for what I did and how I did it, and I'm going to make sure it never happens again, and I'm going to make sure that, you know, I make better choices in my actions, not how I feel, not what I want, but better choices in my actions. So, you know, c'est la vie. Check this out. These are absolutely pretty. I love these. They're gorgeous. So doing laundry today has been very interesting. I'm going to try to condense my life to one backpack. That's going to be a goal this week. So my goal this week is to net $750 doing Uber. So far I'm like $280 behind because I got behind today. But that's one of my goals. My other goal is I'm going to condense my life to one backpack. That is going to be something I'm going to film. That's something I'm going to try to do. That's including my laptop. That's including all that stuff. Let's go check the laundry again. Ooh, we're in spin cycle. Perfect. As Mr. Burns would say, excellent. I have another goal this week too. And so I stopped the process of filing bankruptcy. As soon as Kathia told me yesterday she wanted to stay in Oregon, I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I have to file bankruptcy now. She goes, what? And I go, yeah, I may not have to file bankruptcy. You know what I do miss? You know, I told her yesterday, I miss having her in some of the videos because she's got a wit to her and a personality to her that's absolutely hilarious, but she told me she's gained a lot of weight, so she doesn't feel comfortable being in front of a camera. Even though I'm going to go up there 4th of July, the kids, actually I got an announcement to make. I'm going to make the announcement also on the main channel is the kids and I are going to do a 3-day podcast special up in Oregon at the Fifth Wheel, July 2nd, 3rd, and the morning of July 4th. I'm going to drive up there and see him. I haven't seen him in like, God, forever, since June of last year. It's been 1 year. It'll be 1 year tomorrow since the last time I saw my kids in person. I've seen them on camera and, you know, I've talked to them and, you know, stuff like that. But apparently I've been told they're almost as tall as me, which is scary. That my daughters will end up taller than 5'10". So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do some podcast episoding. We're gonna do some filming. We're gonna do some fun. That's gonna be something that I'm looking forward to. But I want to net $3,000 by the end of this month doing Uber, on top of what I make at my job, so that way I can drive up there and go, I can breathe. So, yeah. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to start videoing and filming some things, getting ready for a video for this channel, just to kind of recap the weekend, get my thoughts. But I want to come live and let everybody know. I know it's been a few days since I've really done anything outside of shorts on this channel. So I just want to kind of let everybody know what was going on real quick before I, you know. So anyway, talk to you guys later.